Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Gurjeet Singh from DHS, that is Dynamic Health Staff. And we will be having our today's session, YT live session on IELTS writing task 1, how to get 8 bands, because I know writing is a bit of thing which we all usually are scared from writing task 1. Okay, so how to get good band score in writing academic task 1 in our first attempt only. And I must assure you it is really easy. Okay, with proper guidance, with proper tricks, and with proper our language capabilities, we can easily get task 1. So before that, let me just introduce myself. Myself, Dr. Gurjeet, and we are from Dynamic Health Staff. And let me just tell you guys for what we are. Okay, so we are Dynamic Health Staff. We are the experienced faculty in the field of online arts training as well as ability. So some of guys, you think, what is the need of e-lectures? I know there is a question, there is a very genuine question, very popular opinion that offline coaching are more effective. But after pandemic was one of the thing which we stuck with last year due to corona. There are there are many people who really got effective learning from online, because in online we are not stuck with some proper timing issues, and we also can make good balance between our work life, personal life, as well as our study life. Okay, so online training is really a beneficial. We have many achievers from our academy, those who have scored really good band score in both academic as well as general training, and that too in first attempt. Okay, so if you guys are giving your hard work, your 100%, you will easily get your desired band score with the help of online teaching from us. And why to choose Dynamic Academy? Well, we had a 98% success rate in last year. What we provide is we provide unlimited practice hours. There's no limit. Once you are able to practice, you guys can give as much as your practice hours. Okay, you will be able to get unlimited practice hours. Then 100% interactive sessions. While there are sessions, you guys can get more interaction with your trainers. I know there are some teaching faculties where they just teach them, that's all. But here we try to be as much as interactive with our students. Even your little bit doubts, even basic doubts are being cleared here. Okay, then virtual training. If you are working, I know it is a bit of difficulty for us to go to offline training. Okay, so if you are getting virtual trainings, even you are getting recordings of all the sessions, so it will be easy for you. Then unlimited mocks. So mock tests are something which really helps, which are really beneficial for any student who is preparing for IELTS. Okay, because mock test tells us at what level we are standing. Okay, so here mock test will be really beneficial for you guys. Then IELTS experts, we have certified IELTS experts who are excelled in their field, in their particular fields. So they will be really good mentors for you guys. Then interactive e-capsules, we have e-books which are really beneficial, which you can have access 24/7 hours. Okay, if anytime you guys want to practice, anytime you guys want to get knowledge, you can just open your e-books, e-capsules, and just start practicing. It will be very beneficial. Then rapid revision. So whenever you guys will be having your exams, whenever our candidates have exam, 4 days before, we have a rapid revision batches. They just, in those batches, we just review each and every aspect in detail. I will say detailed overview of each and every aspect of the IELTS. Okay, not only of a particular module, but each and every module. So that will be very beneficial, because I know that practicing about a specific exam is different, and practicing with before exam is different. So that is the thing, those exam tips we usually give in those revision exams. Then mocks and assignment. Every day you guys will be getting your assignments. These assignments are, articulated in accordance to exam papers. Whenever you are practicing with your mock test and assignments, you will be getting real-time exam experience. Okay, so it will be easy, really easy when you guys sit in the examination. Then we will be having soft skill session. It will be really beneficial for speaking, because I know there are many candidates who excel in listening, reading, and writing, but at the speaking session, because it is individual one-to-one interview, they usually get nervous. So to get away from that nervousness, we have speaking interviews which are really beneficial. Then 24/7 LMS. You can any time you want to prepare, you want to re-attend your session. There are all of them are uploaded in our e-library, and it is really beneficial to relearn all of your aspects. Then live shows. Every Friday at 5 p.m. we will be having we are having live shows on all the modules of 𝐸𝑇 as well as IELTS. Okay, so we will be have more than 100% participants. So it is really beneficial for each and every of you. Then community support. We always have very good community support from all of you. Okay, so that was for DHS. Now we will be coming for our main topic, that is academic writing test. What is academic writing test? Academic writing test is something which is really easy, I will say, because we have a bit of upper hand in academic IELTS. Whenever we talk about task 1, they usually have given us a stat and any statistics, which can be anything. It can be bar graph, it can be line graph, and they already have given us the whole content which we are going to write. What we have to do, we just have to translate that particular data in English and write it down in a particular format. So half of our work has been already done by the question paper, because we do not need to think about that, what I am going to write, what should be the content, right? So we already have all content. We just have to put it in a particular format. Okay, so there are some of the parameters on which you will be assessed. So these parameters are common to general as well as academic. Okay, first of all, task achievement. As you guys, it is clear from the word task achievement, how beautifully you have completed your task, achieved your task. Have you gone off the topic? Okay, you cannot afford to go off the topic in single line. Okay, so whenever you are attempting your IELTS writing, any task 1 journal, task 1 academic, or task 2 journal or academic, just stick to the topic in each and every line. Okay, try to connect that particular line with the topic. Then coherence and cohesion. So what is the sequential? How beautifully, how sequentially you have arranged or organize your information. Okay, how many linking devices have you added in your task? That is what is known as coherence and cohesion. Next is grammatical range. So grammar in any language, I will say, it is the heart of that language. Okay, without grammar, language is nothing, because if we are not using grammar properly, the next person will never understand what we are trying to say. Okay, so grammar also take about 25% of weightage of your checking. The last one is lexical resources. So this particular thing is really important in task 1 academic. Why I'm saying this? Because we know that we have to sum up a wide number of data. Okay, sometimes the data is going upward, sometimes it's going downward. Okay, so we cannot just use same vocabulary again and again. We cannot be repetitive. Okay, so we should have that much vocabulary in our mind that can be used in task 1. Okay, so that is really a beneficial thing. So these 4 things are the things on which you will be given out of 9 bands. Okay, and in the end, the average of all the parameters, suppose you got in all the parameters, will be your final band score. Okay, then what are the type of questions in task 1? As I already told you that we have a number of 6 type of statistics. This is just they usually give us some data of anything. Okay, any situation. They already have mentioned the situation. We will be doing different type of sorry, we will be doing different type of examples from these one. So they will be giving us either pie chart, either table, either map, either process diagram, either bar graph, or either line graph. Okay, and in some cases they can also give you guys 2 type of data. For example, they will be giving you pie chart as well as table. So in those cases, you just need to compare both of them. Okay, so according to situation, you need to change your opinion. So one thing is crystal clear, that we will be given the content, the amount of content that we have to write. Okay, and the next thing, we can only devote 20 minutes because task 2 is a bit of lengthy one, and we have to think in task 2. So we have to give more time. In total, we get 1 hour. And for writing task 2, we have to devote about 40 minutes. Then 20 minutes are for task 1. And in those 20 minutes also, try to finish your task in 15 minutes only. Now, what will be the reason? Reason is we must leave 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes per task for the checking, for proofreading, that what I wanted to, is there any grammatical mistake or punctuation mistake, because these are really a small mistake, but they really impact our final band score. So we cannot afford to lose them. So make a mind that you only have 15 minutes to complete your task, and you can easily, because you already have your content, you just have to translate with a specific type of vocabulary. Okay, so that will be our approach to solve our academic task 1. Now, how to start your task 1 essay? There will be 4 parts of task 1. First one, we will be paraphrasing the question. By paraphrasing, I mean we will be using synonyms as much as we can use for that particular question. Then overview. We will be giving overview of like concluding details from that particular content. For example, the data is about the number of sales of a particular company in 10 years. So we will be looking for when the sales will be highest and when the sales were lowest. So these are our concluding evidences. So we will be writing in them second paragraph. Then third paragraph, we will be giving our analysis 1. So we have to divide our essay in 2 analysis, 2 paragraphs. Okay. So if there is case that they have given us 2 data, like one is pie chart and another is table. Okay, just divide your essay in that way also. Only in 1 paragraph, give answer of pie chart, and in another give analysis of table. Simple. Okay. Then this is some useful vocabulary which we will be using. We can use while we are doing task 1, because as I told you guys earlier that we cannot afford to repeat. Okay, we cannot just repeat anything. If you have used word increase, never repeat it again. Okay, you can use surge, growth. Okay, first of all, we will be using upward growth, upward movement. Whenever there is upward movement, we can use word arise or to rise, an increase, to increase, a surge, to surge, a growth, to grow, a peak, to skyrocket, rocket, or to peak. These are the words which we will be using for upward movement. Whenever the sales of that particular thing is increasing, we can use that. Then quick changes. Whenever there's quick changes, for example, the sales in 2006 was 95 million, and in 2007 it was 98 millions, and in 2008 they dropped to 97 again. Okay, so there was a fluctuation, there was a variation. We can use these words there. Then whenever there is no change, okay, for example, the sales are going at the same pace. It was 97 billion in 2006, same in 2008, same in 2010. Okay, so there we can use words like a period of stability or a plateau movement. Okay, so the last one will be our downward movement. That is true opposite from upward movement. We can use words like a fall, a decrease, a decline, a dip, or to plunge, to dive, to decline, to decrease, to fall. So these are the vocabularies which we will be using. I'm sorry, guys. That was some technical error. Okay, so you guys can never afford to use the same vocabulary again and again. Okay, so keep in mind these things. Then, what are the examples? How can we use the examples? How can we use all the words that we just did? First of all, example is the overall sale of company increased by 20% at the end of the year. Again, I told you that in this slide will be the first one, okay, where we will be giving an overview, like what is the overview of that particular company on that particular data, right? Then the expenditure of the office remained constant for the last 6 months, but the profit rose by almost 25%. Again, it remained constant. That means it remained same, but the profit rose by almost 25%. Here, this is the vocabulary which we used. Then next example is there was a 15% drop of ratio of student enrollment at the university. That means we are talking about decrease. Okay, so whenever there is decrease, we can use words 15% drop in the ratio, like that. Then fourth example, the population of the country remained almost same as it was 22 years ago. Okay, so we will be using this type of vocabulary whenever the data remains same. Okay, the last example, the population of these two cities increased significantly in the last 2 decades, and it is expected that it will remain stable during the next 5 years. So here they have not given any value, right? They have not given any value. They just summarizes each and every aspect of the data. Just like they have talked about 2 cities, their population is increasing from last 2 decades, and it is expected that it will remain stable during 5 years. We just gave view of past as well as present as well as future. Okay, so that's how you will be using a particular vocabulary at particular time. Okay, now this will help you to understand the concept easier. Just like I just told you guys that for increase we can use words like rise, go up, uplift, rotate, climb. So whenever there is climbing, this one, whenever the sales of that particular data is going upwards slowly, we can use words like climb, gradually, slowly. And when there's sudden increase, okay, whenever there is sudden increase, we can use sharply, dramatically. Okay. And when the situation start coming down, it will be plummeted. And whenever it is leveled off, it is going stabilized, we will be using leveled off. Okay. So that's how we will be using. And another thing, whenever there is a situation about any particular thing. For example, there's a situation about cars. We can use more synonyms of that too. For example, for cars, we can use words automobile, motor vehicle, and vehicle. Okay, because these are same. Okay, so this will give examiner an idea that how beautiful your vocabulary is. Okay, so that is really an important thing, because we only need to impress our examiner who is going to check our exam. Then, what are the preparations? Okay, we know what are the preparations. So, how to use preparations in IELTS Academy? Because without preparations, our task one will be, really bad. We cannot afford that. We have to give him idea what is happening. Okay, for example, if we have to tell that during December what happened, so obviously we will be using in December the rise of sales of laptops were increased in December. So that is our main thing. Then rise of again during any particular year, we will be using words in. Then if we have to talk about a time period of 10 years or 5 years from 2001 to 2010. If you have to talk about the words like till 1998, we'll be using words like by 1998, okay, between 1965 and 1969, just like that. Okay, and again, whenever there are numbers, we will be using words like of, an increase of, decreased by 10%. Okay, so we have to use preparations appropriately. Okay, whenever we are attempting task one, grammar is very important. Okay, let me give you guys an example. For example, the will be, would be. So it will, change all of your meaning. We cannot afford that. That data is given in the past and I'm writing in future. You will be mark 0 for that. Okay. So keep in mind using the perfect tense, whichever tense is required. Okay. Understand the situation, understand the content, and just write it down as simple. Now we will go through each and every type of task one. Now, first of all, it is pie chart. As we can see, there are 2 pie charts in front of us. And both just denotes online sales for retail sectors of Canada. Okay, so whenever we are attempting pie chart, first thing which we have to keep in mind, first thing which we have to look upon is which is the highest and which is the lowest. Okay, in both the pie chart, which is the highest? First of all, the highest in 2005 graph is the electronic appliances. Okay, that is the first point. The lowest in 2005 charts is video games, that is marked with yellow. And if we compare that with 2010, obviously the scenario is changed, drastically. I will say the video games which were, at the last point in 2005 are at third position now. That is 23%. And the highest online retails are of that of food and beverages. So try to analyze and compare the objects, like what change is being seen in these 2 pie charts. So that's how we have to approach a pie chart. Okay, just try to analyze whatever things which we are going. Okay, then this will be a model lesson. Let's just go through it briefly. First of all, we have paraphrased the question. The two pie charts compare the percentage of online sales across different retail sectors in Canada for 2 different years. Okay, so that is our paraphrasing. Okay, then overall, the online sales of electronic item and home furnished dropped. That is the thing which we have seen, that electronic items and home furnishing were dropped. Okay, just like this one. The electronic sales were this one with blue. Okay, it dropped from 35 to 30%. And what another things were dropped were about food and beverage. Okay, so that's how we have to have an approach of this one. Then what will be our analysis? To begin with, in 2005, the majority of online sales was accounted for electronics and appliance sector with 35%. That we have given the data of 2005 for only electronics and appliance sector. That was the highest one. That is the thing which we will be writing for the first line. Okay, then however the percentage has dropped in 30% by 2010. Okay, so in the first sentence, what we did, the retail sector which was highest in the 2005, it dropped in 2010. What the trend was with that particular sector only, that is the thing which we will be addressing in the first sentence. Then during the same 5-year period, the number of people deciding to buy foods and beverages online increased, and transactions went from just 22% to 32%. So now, which one had the highest type of change was food and beverage. It was 22%, and drastically it was increased to 32%. Okay, that is something a surprising thing which happened. Okay, so we will be writing this one in these two things in the first paragraph. Any surprising thing, any sudden thing, we will be writing at the first one. Okay, and then we will be opting for others. For example, in 2005, home furnishing industry boasted an impressive 25% of the total online sales in Canada. However, by 2010, the figure had fallen considerably by 15%. Interestingly, online sales of video games eventually overtook the sales of home furnishing, although video games still represent only 23% of the market. Okay, so this is the thing which we have to keep in mind, that we will be comparing all the data, all of the things which are being addressed in the content. Okay, that is how we approach pie chart. Then table. Okay, so table is something in which we have given everything in tabular form. Okay, there will be more than one table. Okay, you are not going to get a single table. You will be getting at least more than one table, one or more than one table. You have to analyze each and everything. Okay, so table provides a bit of plus point, because we do not, just like in pie chart, first we have to analyze which color denotes what. Okay, then we will be addressing the topic. But here, each and every content, each and every detail is given in this particular table only. Okay, so it will be a bit easy for us. Okay, so again, we will be looking for highest and lowest ones. Okay, for example, if we look about percentage of highest percentage, it will be any performance, that is 35% of the kids. Then after that it will be 30, and any visual arts. Okay, so that's how we will be approaching our table. Okay, what is the question? The table shows below shows the results of a survey that asked 6,800 Scottish adults, at least 16 years or over, whether they had taken part in different cultural activities in past 12 months. So highest number were 35% with 16 to 24 age group. Okay, so that is the thing which we will be looking for. So how to put that one? First of all, the highest participation in activities was seen in the age 16 to 24 age group with 35%, 30% respectively. Okay, so that's how 35%, 30%, because these were the highest among all the all of the groups. So that will be our first thing to attempt. Then, in contrast, other activities were much lower, particularly those computer-based at only 10%. So where were computer-based? This one, only 10% for 16 to 24 age group. Okay. Then turning the older age groups like 25, the highest participation rate seen was 25 to 44 years. Also was in performance, though this was much at lower, only 22%. Okay. But it was highest in that particular age group. So a similar rate of 22% was evident for the most popular activity for 45 to 74 age group. So that's how we will be approaching. We will be looking at a particular age group one by one and looking which one will be highest. Then we will be addressing that whole particular table. Okay. Now map. So map is one of the most common. Okay. Every second or third exam there is a map. So map is something which is most common and most easy. I will say it is easy. For example, let's take an example of this one. The map above shows the development of village of 𝗬𝗏 between 1995 and present. So they have given us two maps. Obviously, we will be just comparing both of them. So whenever attempting map, what is the first thing which we see is direction. This thing. Okay. And have they given us the direction? Because it will make our work easy. If we already know direction, it will make a bit of easy effect for us, because we will be easily be able to justify, define that those particular things what have been changed. For example, let's just look at the criteria. First of all, housing is same. Okay, housing is there, housing is there. Okay, yeah. In at present scenario, these two houses have been are made new. Okay, then farmland and forest park has been converted to golf and tennis area. Okay, this is the first change. Next change we will be having is car park, which has been constructed near to hotel. Cafe is same, but fish market has been converted to apartments. Then there was fishing port, and it has been destroyed. Then a shop has been converted to restaurant. So these are the things which we will be seeing, because I just took around less than 1 minute to understand what are the changes which have been brought up in the village of 𝗬𝗏. Okay, we just have to explain these things in our task too. So that will be a bit of easy task for us. Okay, how to now let's just go through. First of all, it will be our overview as well as our paraphrasing. Okay, so there has been a lot of development in last 25 years. There have been several changes. The most noticeable thing being the increase in accommodation. As we seen that there has been increase in housing. So there is increase in accommodation. The elimination of fishing industry was eliminated, because as we see, there were two things which were denoting fishing industry. First is fish market, and another is fishing port. So it is eliminated fully. Okay, then again here we will be starting our main analysis. In the first paragraph, we will be mentioning in 1995 to the south of village, where the sea is there, was previously a fishing industry, because that is the thing that has been eliminated whole. Okay, so we will be addressing that particular thing as the first. Okay, with fishing port and quite a large fish market, that has eliminated. Next to this was a small cafe. On the other side of road, running by a sea, stood a line of 5 shops and an hotel. While situated at the northeast part of the village was a farmland and a park with trees. The main housing of the village was located in the northwest around the main road that runs from the coastal road. with 12 houses, 4 of them encircled by a smaller side street. So we noticed this thing that in the first paragraph, we just analyzed anything which was located in 1995. Okay. Then in the second paragraph, we will be analyzing our second map, and we also will be comparing that particular map with 1995. Now, how we will be approaching it? We will start with our connector, first one, turning to the present day map. Now, this is really important. Whenever we are shifting from one part of map to another, just add an opening sentence. Okay, because we have to tell the examiner what we are going to write now. Okay, so when we turning to the present day map, that just clearly meant that okay, we are just getting to the next map. It can be seen that fishing facilities have all gone, being replaced by 4 apartments, and the shops have become restaurants. The cafe remains as just the hotel, albeit with parking facilities which it did not have before. Having been converted into a golf course, the farmland has now gone, while the forest park has been removed to make way for tennis courts. Although the old houses remain, new ones have been built along with the new road with 2 new houses. So we just compared our first map with the second one in our second paragraph. So that makes a bit of easy because we already know what were the things which were present in the first map. Okay, and one thing more, we have to be direction specific. For example, in the first one, we have used words like northeast. Okay, northeast part. Where was that? At the south, there was a sea. Okay, so keep using these directions because they give us better analysis. Okay. Now, process. It is the easiest one because we do not need to look upon any particular vocabularies, or we just have to go with the flow. Okay, they have given us the manufacture of bricks in the building industry. We just need to translate the process. Okay, we have to give all the processes of this one. Okay, now what will be the model answer? The diagram explains the way in which bricks are made for the building industry. That is our paraphrasing. Then our overall, there are 7 stages in the process. Now just count how many stages are there. Okay, first of all, beginning up with the digging up of clay, culminating in the delivery. Okay, so it started with digging up of clay, and the last step was culminating in the delivery. So we will be mentioning our first and last step in our overview only. Okay, then we will start with our first step. To begin with, the clay was used to make the bricks is dug up from the ground by a larger digger. The clay is then placed into a metal grid, which is used to break up the clay into smaller pieces. A roller assists in this process. Now here we just mention these 2 steps only. Okay, that what is being done here. Digger is digging clay, then roller is helping it to get smaller pieces. Okay, following this, sand and water are added. Okay, again, this is the thing which is being added, and the mixture is turned into bricks by either placing it into mold or using a wire. Next to these bricks are placed in an oven to dry for 24 to 48 hours. In the subsequent stage, the bricks go through a heating and cooling process. They are heated in a kiln at and moderate and then a high temperature. Okay, we have to mention each and every detail because in the process diagram, we do not have much of the content. We just have a small content. Only that we have to translate. So try to give even minute details. That will be really helpful for a beautiful translation in English. Okay. Now let's come for bar graph. Now bar graph and bar graph is same as of line graph. Okay. So whenever we are going to translate the bar graph, we have to keep in mind that how the data is being given to us. Okay, first of all, we have to look at these things. that is it of year or anything. Then we have to keep in mind of these one. So what is the horizontal things which we are seeing? Okay, then we have to compare them. And the next one is what denotes which what. Okay, because here blue ones are denoting IT industry, and these one are denoting service industry. So we have to compare. So one thing is crystal clear, that IT industry was always ahead of service industry. Okay, so this will be our overview, that IT industry has been always ahead of service industry from 1992 until 2000. Okay, then we will be mentioning about when it was highest. In 2000, the GDP was highest for the IT industry, as well as that for service industry, because we see it constituted about 8% of the GDP. Okay, that was the highest among all the data we have got. Okay, and second thing which we are going to mention in the first paragraph is when it was the lowest. It was same in 1992. The IT industry only constituted about 6.5% of the GDP, whereas service industry only constituted about 4%, which increased up to about 15% in 2000 and 8.5% respectively to the service industry. So that is how we are going to approach our bar graph. Okay, so that is how we will be giving. So that's how we are going to approach our task one. Okay, because one thing is crystal clear, that we will be getting all the content on the table. In a plate, we will getting all the content. We just have to took it, and we will be just addressing each and every basic detail that they have given us. Okay, and in some of the cases like table, or whenever there is too much data that has been given, we just have to analyze which is the important data, which is the data which is directly impacting the outcome. Okay, so we have to mention only that one. Okay, so that's how we will be approaching for task one. Okay, so that was all for task one, academic. Okay, so whenever you guys are getting involved with dynamic, one thing is crystal clear, that you will be getting a flexible timing, and there is no condition that you are you can only get one session or two sessions. You can get as many sessions as you can. You can get morning as well as noon, as well as evening, as well as night. So that depends upon you. Okay, there's no restriction. You will be getting non-stop practices all day long, because if we talk about IELTS, it is practice, 50% practice, 50% guidance, 50% is practice. More you practice, more your band scoring will be. Okay, that is my personal experience. Whenever we practice more and more, our band score also increases at that much pace only. So try to practice more and more. Okay, then we have as I already told you, that our success rate for 2020 was 99%. Okay, so that is a very impressive one. You guys are getting 24/7 LMS support, ebooks. You can just open it any time in any day. Okay, so that will be beneficial. You will be getting ebooks. Our lectures and sessions are 100% effective. Whenever you guys have any query during session, whenever you have any query, you can just ask, and it will be clear. Then ebooks and assignments are given at regular basis. Okay, assignments are very important, because I just told you that practice is an important aspect in IELTS. So try to solve assignments as you can. Okay, then unlimited mock test support. That is, I already told you, mock test gives us examination environment that is really beneficial. Okay, so just go to our channel. Okay, and you can see what are the achievers, how many achievers we are having. Okay, we have a lot of achievers, and their success stories are there in our channel. Just subscribe to our channel and also click the bell icon so that you guys can get all the updates from us. Okay, and you can be the next because we have such knowledgeable mentors here, because they already have so much achievers under their guidance. As you can see that all of them really experienced and certified, so that will be really beneficial for your practice. Okay, as I already told you that ours is 50% practice and 50% guidance. Without any guidance, you cannot, it will be really difficult if you just start practicing yourself, because you really need guidance. You should know that how to attempt that particular module. Okay, so these are our mentors, and this will be a free gift. If you try to get enrolled today, you will be getting 10% off. Okay, and then you will be getting unlimited training, online training, as well as 24/7 community support. Okay, that's all for you. Thank you.